So I mentioned we've got loads of these pillboxes down in the southeast of Kent around the coast. This one's actually a ways inland, and obviously out in the local farmer's field. I do have permission to be here, and we're going to try not to eat all of the wheatgrass. Cara, come on. So this is yet another, well, it's a World War II one, so it's a hexagonal shape. And we're going to go and have a look inside if we can. So now we're up close and personal. We're covered with nettles. I've actually been in this pillbox before once when I was a kid, I think. I may have even climbed on top of it. You can see they've got great lines of sight in all directions, and I'm assuming there would have been some sort of door on the front there. We'll have a look inside in a minute. Let's continue going round though. So the coast, the nearest bit of coast, is actually in that direction, a good 3 miles, possibly more. So this is obviously a handy high point, and back during World War II, you can actually see over there in the distance, that tree there, let it refocus, there we go, that tree there, there is another pillbox, so they would have been in line of sight of each other. That one you can drive past, it's literally right next to the road. So, having a good look around, I don't think this one probably saw much action. It's too far inland and too far away from Dover. We're about, well, we're a good few miles away from Dover here, probably about 20. So I think that this one probably doesn't have any bullet holes to speak of. Not very exciting. So let's just have a look, see if we can't get inside without getting stung or thistled. I actually wasn't planning on coming up here today, so not really got the best attire on, but they don't look too bad because we're early in the year, so these are new nettles. So let's see. Into the entranceway. So there's a main brick pillar. Cara's not bothered at all. Having a good sniff. A central brick pillar that's kind of almost a Y shape, I think, holding it up. Yeah, like a Y shape. So I guess they can't be shot from behind if they're looking out of that window. Someone from the opposite angle can't shoot them. I'm sure somebody who's a really good World War II historian can give us all the details on that. Up on a concrete plinth here, and that's it. It's as exciting as that. So these guys, I would guess, were built as a template, all the same. So they didn't have a lot of room in here. I'm assuming they got to bring some sort of jerry can so that they could make themselves a cup of tea at least. This one affords some beautiful views out across the countryside, and yeah, you've got a really good line of sight in all directions really. So yeah, I said in a previous video I'd come and show you what the inside of a pillbox was like, and there we have it. This is a great one. Not a great place for stealth camping because the floor's a bit uneven, and that isn't long enough unless you're only about 4.5 foot tall. So yeah, possibly not the best place for that. Missed this on the initial wander around, but you can actually see where the bricks have fallen away there. You can actually see what it's made up of. So it's a very, very coarse concrete. Not much concrete, mostly stone. Not to stop any sort of artillery fire. As far as I'm aware, all these pillboxes do have a designation number, and you can in fact look them up and find out what they are, and if they were how they were used. I guess you can find out from that, but not 100% sure. Get out of that field. But if you're going to be posted in a pillbox in World War II, I'd say this one was a pretty safe bet. You're not going to see anyone, and you can enjoy yourself a nice cup of tea while you're on lookout. I've just walked down the other side of the field, and you can see it really is quite up on the high ground there. I'll put this down a bit. You can see it's almost on, well, it is on the high point for most of the way around. This is an old wood up there, so I think they probably put it here rather than by the wood, because there's another one going further in that direction, away in the next village. So I think they were looking for their best line of sight. Not through the small hole.